Hello and welcome to the Nintendo Review Vault. I'm Gregory Moffett, and I've had a few of these videos requested again recently because if you've watched any of the previous Nintendo Review Vault videos, you'll know this is basically a feature about dipping into games from my past. Like I've gathered quite a library of games over the years, and I like to sort of go back into them, maybe I haven't played them for a while, just to see how they maybe hold up nowadays and maybe relive some old memories about them. So today I'm jumping back into Excite Truck, a game I definitely haven't played for a good number of years, but it's probably actually one of the most fun racing games that I've actually ever played. So let's jump in and see how it goes today. And don't forget, if you like our content, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, or of course you can find us on Twitter as well, at Nintendo_review, or we've got Facebook pages as well. But let's jump in. My profile there, the stars over it there, sort of highlights that I've done everything there is to do in the game, which actually wasn't an easy thing to do, especially some of the challenges there, very difficult. But we'll jump in and do a race. And like I say, I haven't played it for a while, but we'll just jump into the very first one to see how that goes first of all, and then maybe jump into something harder afterwards. It shows you on the right side there how many races I've done with each car. I'm sure there's some that I've used a lot more than others. That one is definitely probably the highest one. But we'll go in and use, always quite like the Dynamo, and we'll use the good Nintendo Review yellow and black combo there. So if you haven't played this before, it's a game that came out very early in the Wii's life, and it uses the Wii remote sideways. It's tilt controls basically. But it's not just normal racing. It's not even just about finishing the racing first. You need to get, you see at the top of the screen there, you need to get a certain amount of stars from each race. And you get stars by doing different things. You will get more stars by finishing first, but you do other things like, see, getting some airtime here and tilting the remote to do some spins. That's all gaining the stars. That wee symbol there. Use the wee symbol with the exclamation mark in it. Sometimes that will completely transform the land, or I'll bring up, like you've seen there, some rings to go through, whereas this one lets you power through trees and stuff without taking damage. I can see it's quite wild the way the car's flying about there at times, and because I haven't played for a while, actually for the controls to become normal again. You'll see the temperature gauge there as well. That was a feature in the earlier Excite games, obviously Excite Bike. So you do have a turbo, but if you use the turbo too much, your truck will overheat, and if it does that, then you'll not be able to use the boost for a while, and I think you maybe even go a wee bit slower during that point as well. Let's see, transforming landscapes there. So, yeah, the opposition isn't putting up that much of a fight there. I don't really get that many points, if I'm quite honest. Obviously there's the bonus 50 points for coming in first place, so just got enough to achieve the top ranking there, but as you can see, nowhere near my top score from before. But first thing I will say was that was pretty fun. Gutted that we never got Excite Bots. It only ever came out, I think, in the US, which was in some ways like a sequel to this game, but it was even more crazy. Like obviously, like seeing the trucks flying around in this here is pretty mental as it is. But Excitebots, it's basically like transforming vehicles. It's maybe looked a wee bit like animals, like animal robot type things, and you had to do like crazy things during the races. And just got it never came out over here, because this may be the best racing game on the Wii. But yeah, that was quite easy. We'll jump into a gold race. I've always had a wee bit of a thing for snow in games, so we'll jump into Finland here. And we'll change the car. A blaster hasn't seen an awful lot of love. We'll go for a blaster. Yeah, once again we'll go yellow for Nintendo review. But yeah, there's all you'll have seen me getting points by mainly doing spins in the air. You can also take down opponents, or like if you drive dangerously through trees and like just miss them closely, that'll build up a meter as well. I will say, when I first played this game, it was probably on my old CRT TV. So, in some ways there's like a wee bit ropey here actually through component cable. And the Wii wasn't really about the graphics. Also noticing my room, it feels a wee bit creaky as well, a wee back compartment. This might be getting picked up on the microphone, I'm not sure. Super rings. Can't be easy to get yourself off course at times. Oh dear, making a hash of this one. Obviously I've seen loads of ports of different games on the Switch, and even the 3DS has been getting ports of some of the games that we just mentioned from the GameCube, and also getting Epic Yarn from the Wii. So I'd love to see like a few ports of Wii titles on the Switch. Obviously they want Network Prime Trilogy, but I would really love something like this here, because we've mentioned it in the podcast and stuff before. There is a wee bit of a dearth of decent racing games on the Switch. Obviously got Mario Kart 8, which is amazing, but there's not an awful lot of variety. Obviously Grid Autosport's coming for your more realistic racer. They've never really been my sorts of racing games. Something like this here is far more up my street. A lot more fun not having to worry about tweaking gear ratios and all sorts. Just jumping in and having a bit of fun. Take this guy down. Oh, just missed him. Gave me a star for a truck smash anyway, even though I barely touched him. I'm making a bit of a mess of those air spins. Oh, just a couple of positions there. Yeah, an S rank once again. I mean, pretty straightforward in the earlier races, but once you jump up the difficulties a wee bit, you will notice a much greater challenge. You'll even notice there I've got S ranks with much higher scores above that, but my time was actually considerably worse than the time I got for this one. That's basically because you can take your time really and go for the spins or go for tree runs or whatever. Although there is a time limit, you have to have the race finished within a certain amount of time. I think it gives you that at the start of the race. But one other thing that this game did that not many Wii games or even like any games on the Nintendo system has done over the years, you can actually play music off the SD card in the Wii during the races, and like I say, very rare for a Nintendo system. I never actually did it. I mean, a lot of people dislike the music in this game. Like for me, it just kind of fits with the game. It's fine. Like I don't really care either way. But we'll jump into one of the challenges here, because I can't even remember what they are. Definitely not jumping into a super one, because I might fool myself. So we've got a gate challenge, which is I imagine just driving through gates in a ring, and then Crush is probably destroying as many cars as possible. I quite fancy the gate one, because in 1080 Snowboard I always enjoyed the gate challenges in that. Sorry, in 1080 Avalanche. But we'll jump over to China here. Just use this Nighthawk Black Wolf. See how we get on. Even see if we can beat the previous score. Yeah, you can see that at the bottom there. The sound options bring up. Yeah, if you've got music in your SD card, it'll let you play it. So 16, so the gates obviously add to your time. So keeping your toes. Yeah, I'm getting flashbacks of a very difficult one. I actually don't think this game really got the love it deserved whenever it came out. I just really remember before it was released about Reggie Fils-Aimé talking about driving the big dam trucks or whatever they were. See, sometimes they're driving through the water as well, that cools down your temperature gauge as well, which is very useful sometimes. Oh, missed one. Pretty sure I'm not going to be my old score for this, but let's see how we get on. I mentioned earlier about my disappointment that Excitebots never came out over here. I always kind of thought, obviously we had a few Wii titles appear on the Wii U that you could download, and I kind of always held out hope that Excitebots would make it on there. But obviously that never happened, and at this point the Wii U's obviously dead and buried. It's never going to happen now. That's a game I would really love to play. Can't afford to miss any more of these gates. We're in trouble. I think we're pretty much cooked. There it is. out of time. I've still got an A rank, not awful. But anyway, that's Excite Truck. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever played Excite Truck, what you think of it, or if you've even played the sequel, Excitebots. And you'll be able to find me on Twitter, personally at Negunando. Of course, we've got our own website, nintendoreview.co.uk. You can check lots of our great content there. But anyway, I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.